stay tuned for the mistakes that every event organizer is making. And I'm going to talk you through how to avoid those mistakes so you can be not those event organizers. Hashtag not all event organizers. Okay, so first things first, I'm Katie Chappell, I'm a live event specialist. In this video, I'm going to be talking to you about what a lot of event organizers pop into my inbox asking for and why we don't do that. How do I word this nicely? A lot of people think they're going to have an event and they're going to do a huge mural or like put a board on the side of the stage and there's people going to be drawing on it and it's going to be incredible. And then in the next breath, they're like, is live illustration distracting? And my answer is yes. If you put a giant board on the stage or like a piece of paper along the wall when you've got like a keynote speaker here and the wall here, I wouldn't be looking at the keynote speaker, would you? No. We specialise in digital live event illustration, and here is why. We have a superpower of blending in, and what that means is we've got our iPad, we're watching, we're doing deep focus listening, synthesising everything that people are saying and turning it into pictures in real time. There are options. Is it distracting? It can be, but with the digital option you have such brilliant options where you can have the keynote speaker and you can tell the crowd that there's a live illustrator there, but then almost like introduce the live illustrations at points when you want people to look at the illustrations and re-engage them and bring them back into the room. So perfect times for that are the break time, if there is one, like short, quick breaks. You can have a slideshow going during the lunch break. You can also do a big grand reveal at the end and just show everything at the end. That's quite fun. Another option that has happened a few times has been if it's a really packed schedule, the agenda is full, the illustrations are a complete secret, and then in the thank you stuff afterwards, that's where the attendees get the email or the printed pack or whatever with the illustrations on. And this approach, by the way, works brilliantly for online events and in-person real-life events too. Don't get me wrong, we've done the canvases, we've done the paper on the walls, we've even painted like windows live while things are happening. 9 times out of 10, you do a gorgeous, I'm biased of course, you do a gorgeous illustration on a bit of Foamex board or, you know, whatever, a piece of paper, and it ends up in the skip. It might be recycled if you're lucky, but pretty much it's not recyclable anymore, especially the Foamex board has to go to specific specialist recycling stations and only if it's clean, and obviously it's not clean because we've drawn all over it and painted all over it. It's distracting throughout the event. I have ADHD, I know a lot of people, creatives and everything in the world, I can't remember, was it like 5% of people or something? A lot of people are neurodivergent, so it's really engaging, but it can be distracting when it's not used strategically. And also, this is one that I feel like I shouldn't mention, but it can be really messy. So there's been events where I've been painting and drawing on these Foamex boards and it can dribble on the floor, pens can explode. There was one where the corporate company had to call in like a specialist floor cleaning company because this big board meeting that I was illustrating these boards for was the next day and I had to put glue all over the floor. So it just works so much better. The gorgeous thing about digital illustrations, apart from not being messy, is that they're immediately available. We're doing them and they're ready. You could post them on Instagram or whatever, X, Twitter, whatever you call it, immediately. You could email it to people, you can have it on the screen straight away. Whereas if it's on a board, people in the room can see it. But the digitization takes a while. You've got to fiddle about with it in Photoshop, get everything like looking spot on. It takes a long time. And yeah, it's not as instant and easy. The other beautiful thing about digital illustrations is they are so easily edited. So if you see something like a spelling mistake on there, it happens, we're human. Or if you see like a speaker couldn't be there live, but they've recorded something and you'd like it added, we can do that. It's all, you can move everything about, you can change colors, you can tweak stuff. So that is why. I'll get down off my high horse now. I get very animated about this. That's why we specialise in digital illustration, and when people ask us if we can go and paint a canvas or a board or whatever, sometimes we can do it if it seems like a really good fit, but usually, I'd say like 90% of the time, digital illustration is going to be way better for you as a company, for the environment. Yeah, you don't want to be chucking artwork in the skip. It's so sad. And yeah, the repurposing options with a digital illustration are endless. You can put it into blog posts, email it to attendees, put it on social media, reuse it. We've even asking clients to select bits of the illustration that they like, and we've been pulling them out and illustrating them so they're almost like a clip. that's such a horrible word. I mean gallery, a gallery of like custom illustrations that were created live, but then can be sprinkled through reports, put on stuff that you print, like postcards and things. So yes, now I'm done. End of rant. Want a canvas illustration or something on a big board? We're not the illustrator for you. I'm not the illustrator for you. My team probably aren't, but there's so many out there as well. If you really want to dribble paint on the floor and distract everyone for the whole event and then wait 2 weeks for your thing to be digitized so that you can share it, you go ahead. I sound so sarcastic and horrible, I'm sorry. But also I'm not sorry. And I hope this has helped. If you'd like to get in touch about live illustration, digital live illustration at your event, let me know. I'll put my details somewhere that you can see them. Okay.